would you rather go to a restaurant that has amazing food and poor service, or a restaurant that has good food but amazing service? What are your clients experiencing?
Yeah.
What experience are they having? And what's one lever you can pull, one tweak that you can make that's going to change that experience so that they really feel like they're getting a genuine experience out of doing business with you?
If you want more time, money, freedom, and have a business that's not reliant on you, then you're in the right place. Each week, Mark Creedon, along with some of the very best business minds in the world, will take you through simple, practical steps you can take to create the business you always wanted. From his own practical experience, Mark will show you how to work less, make more, and get the business you always wanted, the one that you deserve. Now here's your host, one of Australia's most sought-after business coaches, Mark Creedon.
Welcome to the latest edition of the Mastermind for Business podcast. This is the podcast for you if you are in business with your significant other. And in about 15 minutes every week, we're going to show you how to grow your business, how to scale things, how to have a business that's less reliant on you without killing your relationship at the same time. So stay in business and not get divorced. Speaking of divorced and not being divorced, my business partner and better half, Caroline.
Thank you.
Great to have you again, Caroline, joining us in the podcast. Hey, you've come to me with this week's episode, which is really about why client service is one of the most powerful growth strategies that you're ignoring. That's an interesting topic.
Yeah, there's some really interesting things that we can put, that sort of fall under that umbrella. And one is, client service. And what is it? What is it all about? And because it's not just about being nice. It's actually, sometimes it's hard not to be nice, but well, it's actually easy not to be nice. Sometimes it's hard to be nice, especially if you're in a crabby mood or things aren't going your way. But anyway,
what's one thing that you'd love to see fixed in your business? And they say, I want more clients. And I always used to say, well, hang on, do you want more clients or do you want more business? Because there's a difference, right?
yeah.
So if we go back to Jay Abraham says there's essentially three ways to grow your business. Sell more to people you currently sell to, sell for more, or sell to more people.
Yes.
So let's just get rid of the last two and look at the first one. Sell more to the people you currently sell to. And a great way of achieving that is by asking yourself, how else can I deliver my product or service to them in a way which is going to make them love me and want to do more business with me?
Yes. Yep. We spoke about that quite a lot in last week's episode, which was, this sort of flows onto that as well. Which,
100%.
It's something that we need to consider, be mindful of, I think.
Well, okay. So we did talk about those three ways of growing in last week's episode. And I think that what we're talking about here is if we take that first one, the how do you sell more, the concept of delivering amazing service is something that people often miss, right? They go, how do I sell more? Well, I need to expand my product offering, go out to my existing clients and go, well, if you're buying this, can I buy that? So people will often talk about, how do I bundle things? How do I value add things?
Yep. Do you want fries with that concept?
Do you want fries with that, right?
Yep.
But instead, so imagine if you could get to the point where instead of saying, do you want fries with that? Your client is saying, can I please have fries with that?
Yeah.
And how you get to that is by wowing them with phenomenal service so that they want more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think if, like good service will keep your clients coming back and, wanting to buy more. The experience aspect of your business, so your clients having a great experience with you, will get them to get other people to buy more from you as well. So, if you have a great experience at, I don't know, your local coffee shop, you'll continue going back there because it's great service, good, nice food or whatever that might be. But if the experience is amazing, you're going to tell everybody else that the experience is amazing.
It's a good definition or a good delineation between service and experience, isn't it? So, we were saying like every Friday, we have our Friday focus session with our Mastermind members. And we were saying this morning how you take the thinking from we do this to our clients get that.
Yes.
So you flip it on its head. And that's really the difference between service and experience. Service is, we deliver this. But experience is they get that. And if you can start looking at your own product or service and go, man, what do my clients actually, what do they get? What do they experience? What are they?
And it is, sometimes we forget that what we do every day is actually not for us. it is actually for the benefit of our clients, but we benefit from what they are wanting to buy from us, what they're enjoying from our service.
Yeah, 100%. And we should look at the extended version of client too. Maybe in a later episode, we can talk about how your clients are your external clients and your internal clients. One of the things that Rory Sutherland mentions in his book Alchemy, and you know me, I read a book and bash on about it for ages, but one of the things he mentioned, and it didn't first come up in this book, I've been reading it for a long time from other contributors, but you asked the question, would you rather go to a restaurant that has amazing food and poor service, or a restaurant that has good food but amazing service?
Yeah.
And 70% of people will say that they'd rather the latter.
Yeah.
Right? They'd rather, and you would. I mean, I would.
100%. And we do. We go to there's places that we don't go to because it's really crappy service, or we've moved different suppliers because the service that you get isn't that great. The product might be awesome, but the service is really average. And we've actually moved to businesses where the product maybe not as good a quality, but still very good quality, but the service is excellent. They're on time. They deliver what they're going to deliver. They have the right product that you need. Our loyalty just falls there every single day. It's a no-brainer.
Yeah, I was just thinking then, we've been to restaurants that are, Michelin star restaurants or, very highly rated, but it almost feels like you're doing them a favor by being there, and they treat you that way. And we've gone, people have gone, how was it? It's okay.
Yeah.
But, I can use the Heston Blumenthal restaurant when it was open in Melbourne. You and I took some clients there. We had a private dining room. The food was amazing, but the service was just outstanding.
Yeah.
Just outstanding. And so even if the food hadn't been as quite as amazing, and I don't know if it was necessarily amazing in the taste of the food. It was more about
the experiences.
The experience, right?
Yeah.
We're having things that look like different things. I mean, it was that was a whole experience, and I think that's a great example. So, as you're listening to this, the question I'll be asking for you is, what are your clients experiencing?
Yeah.
What experience are they having? And what's one lever you can pull, one tweak that you can make that's going to change that experience so that they really feel like they're getting a genuine experience out of doing business with you?
Yeah. I mean, our listeners might be thinking, well, I'm not a restaurant. I'm a surveyor, or I'm an engineer and an accountant or whatever.
Yep.
But, I have other competitors. You can only have one product.
Yep.
But what can you do that's slightly different? When you go to a restaurant, the Heston Blumenthal, they had this amazing, essentially, was it a pate? And they put it in the shape of a mandarin. It was spectacular. Yeah. That doesn't mean that you have to have that as well. You could have a product that was still pate, but delivered different and still amazing, and have people, be raving fans and come back to you every bit as much as the Heston Blumenthal.
Because there's that saying, right? It's, but people will long remember how you made them feel.
Yep.
And so whatever service or product you're offering, if you can get to the point where you're really making people feel special, and I think that still gets back, Caroline, to that comment we made before, is the difference between viewing your service as we provide this service, and instead of viewing it that way, to view it, our clients get this experience or this outcome. Yeah. And so if you think of it in terms of experience or outcome and how you make them feel in the process, you're going to get a much higher likelihood of referrals and return business.
Yeah. Yep. And with outcome, that's always an interesting one, because we often think outcome as, say a report that you might get or returns that you might get as tangible sort of a product. But that can be sort of misled, I suppose. It can be more than just that.
Yeah. And I think the other thing we've got to be really careful of, and particularly in the age of AI, and we know that, I mean, I'm really excited. You and I had our minds blown by an AI presentation recently. I'm really excited about where AI is taking us. But I think one of the things we need to be careful of is that we don't let AI or systems or processes take over what should be a personal touch.
Yeah.
I remember Daryl Blake, there was an old mate of mine many, many years ago as a customer service trainer. But Daryl used to tell this story how he went into this business and bought a bunch of stuff off them and paid his money. And then at the end of the transaction, he looked at the lady behind the counter and she went, "What are you waiting for?" And he sort of went, "I thought maybe a thank you might have been nice." And she looked at him dead in the eye and went, "It's printed on the bottom of the receipt." Do you know what I mean? So like she's not delivering any service or experience. Well, I don't have to. It's printed on we say thank you on the receipt. And so I guess, again, if you're listening to this, the challenge that I've got for you is that going on in your business? Are there things now that are systemized and processed and not personalized and that people in you or people in your business feel, I don't need to worry about that personalization now because it's systemized instead?
Yeah. Yep. Automation systemized, systems, automations and things like that, they are often impersonal. And how often I was actually speaking to one of the team today and we were talking about, when you get an email that is an automated email and you just sort of look at it sometimes and you think, oh my God, who wrote this crap? For what? And why are they even bothering with this? I'm literally just deleting it because even the heading is really crappy. But automation can be impersonal, done incorrectly.
Do you remember we used to get Christmas cards from a service provider that never had anything written in it? And I remember I said to him, mate, you should sign I send out 1,300. I can't sign 1,300 cards. So he just send a blank card. Well, as opposed to Michael Spillane, who's a real estate agent here in Brisbane, who sends out 1,000 cards, voice recorded.
Like he personally voice recorded. A personal one, yeah.
Every year. And he always says the same thing. I start recording them in September, and sometimes by the end of the day, I've got no voice because I've just recorded, 200 cards or whatever.
Each year there are a different message that's personalized purely to the business relationship that we've had with him. So it's very, very clever.
So it is a really powerful growth strategy. And I think the thing that people can often forget is they think that these high levels of service are about client retention, right? And they are about retention, but they are also about growth.
Yeah.
Because as you often say, business is about relationships, right? So if you're giving this service, you're giving it in a way which makes people feel, what they experience, they feel better, they like doing business with you. It's the know, like, trust, buy, refer, repeat stuff. So they like to do business with you, but then, well, not only will they continue to keep their business with you, but they will do more business with you. And they will refer their friends and family and colleagues and associates to you as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's one of those things. So here's some things that you can do. I reckon one of the things you could do is to look in your business. Is there a place in your business where you could just make one small incremental change to your service standards? Is there a place in your business where you could apply some kind of a personal connection? Is there a way in your business where you could reach out to your clients and find out what they love about doing business with you? Can I just say, we spoke to the team in the Mastermind Focus Friday session this morning about, if you were to look at your client journey and you'd look at what is the point in time they love you the most.
Yeah.
If you were to develop a dialogue around that point in time, and that's the dialogue that you use when you're speaking with those clients or with new prospects, that becomes the point where the barrier to entry or the barrier to get people to work with you becomes at its lowest, right? Highest amount of love equals lowest amount of barrier.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yep.
So if you can get to the point where, well, you know what? Our clients really love us. I mean, if we talk about Mastermind, where do our clients love us the most, do you reckon?
All the time.
Oh, that's given.
Well, I think, when you're onboarding for us, I think when we're onboarding, there's a lot of personal contact. When we have the one-on-one times with our members, it was very, very strong. When we have our quarterly Mastermind intensives where they're face-to-face, we all get together, super powerful.
That's the answer I would have given. I reckon our clients love us the most at the intensives. And the reason they love us most at the intensives is because they get to see us as opposed to on a Zoom. They get to be in the room with us, but they get to be in the room with each other. And they get as much from talking to each other as they do. So when we're having a conversation with somebody about joining Mastermind, we talk about the intensives, right? Because that's the highest amount of love, lowest point of barrier.
Yeah, they're a super, well, I'm a bit biased, but they're a great event and people do get a lot out of it. And it is not only the technical aspect of business that they receive from that, but it's the connections.
Yeah, correct.
Personal.
So, the challenge to you listening to this is to look at your business and go, where do my clients love me the most? And if you can work out what that point is, that then becomes the point at which you make sure that you're delivering the greatest experience to them. That's the first thing. But the second thing is when you're speaking with new people or prospects to do business with you, you talk about that point. Oh, you know what? Our clients actually love this about our service.
Yes.
Our clients love this about their journey with us. Our clients love, and the more that you can talk about that, the more that the prospect is going to be attracted to wanting to work business.
Yeah. I mean, I think, businesses it's interesting because business isn't about, your profit and loss and all that sort of thing. It is about relationships. So it's the relationships that you have with your business partners, with your staff or your team. It's the relationships you have with your suppliers. And if you can manage to nail all of those, then it's a great thing.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. These are the sort of things that we teach our clients all the time in our Mastermind program. So www.metropolemastermind.com.au if you'd like to know more about that. Every week for around about 15 minutes or so, we teach these sorts of things in our Mastermind for Business podcast. If you're listening to this on your favorite podcast platform, please subscribe. That way you'll get the immediate access to the new episodes as they come out and any bonus things that we put out as well. And if you know somebody who's in business with their significant other and would like to scale their business without adversely affecting their relationship, understand how to work really closely together and stay good mates, then please share the podcast with them. If you're watching this on YouTube, we'd love you to we'd love you to subscribe, but also in the comments below, give us an idea, give us some feedback, tell us what you like. And if there's a particular topic that you would like us to discuss, please drop it in the comments below. Caroline, thanks. This is a great topic once again.
So, I really love this topic. It's good fun.
Yeah. You know what? It's a good point. This is the fun stuff, right?
Yeah.
Until we speak next in the next episode of the Mastermind for Business podcast, please make sure you spend time with those who matter most.